Okay, you're on.
I'm on.
You're on.
Am I on?
You're on.
Wow. Hi, everybody. Zowie. Okie dokie.
Doki yokes.
Yeah.
Doki woki.
Okie dokie.
Oh my goodness. Poor schnoz.
So that was interesting. I started getting before we were even out of the middle pillar, I started having during the middle pillar, it was like the energy was going out and then drawing in from the pentagrams, and I was seeing different colors coming from each of the pentagrams,
so
and
flow,
in
kind of.
and into the center, and into the
Movement to the flow.
light in the center, and so that was interesting, and it developed into me being in this emerald green cloak, and it was dark. It was I was in this cloak, and it had the big Venus symbol on the back of the cloak.
Right.
And ahead, I could see the pillar of light, like the six-rayed star in the pillar of light.
Yes.
And that's where all of this energy was being still drawn into there. And in the center was the sword.
Wow.
So in my mind, it was like a quest. So I was on a quest for the sword of justice. And I acquired it. And then I had to go and find the scales. And so I walked for a bit, and it felt like there was something else with me. There was another being or entity or force of some sort with me. And I was holding this sword like this, upright. And I kept thinking, I'm having good ideas. And it flashed in my head that it was like the Ace of Swords. I was holding it like the Ace of Swords. And up ahead there was brambles and all of this tangled mess. But in behind I could see a light and like a pedestal. And I could sort of make out that I needed to get on the other side of this. So I was hacking with the sword, hacking away at all of this stuff, all these brambles and prickles and whatnot, and got past that. And on the pedestal was the scale. So then I was picking up pieces of this that I had cut away and putting them on the scale and weighing them and seeing how much they weighed. And on the other side was to represent the healthy me, the goodness of life. And all of this was representing all of the tangled stuff that we have to go through to get. And I was, and I kept thinking balance, but there has to be balance. So we can't have, yes, there may be some of this, but this is all weighing out and there's not much over here. So we have to start adding things. And so I was adding things on this side mentally to envision the good aspects,
right,
that I want, what I want to consecrate in my life, what I want to hold up as my values and as my health and as my everything, the good on this side. And so I was doing that, And then I got things sort of evened out, and then all of a sudden I was going down this staircase, this dark, dark, dark staircase, and it was almost like a hermit thing. Like I'd sort of gone back to the previous
Right.
2 cards.
Yeah.
2 cards ago.
Number 9.
Yeah. And down this flight of stairs, and down at the bottom there was someone and this flight of stairs, and I was asking him what their name was. What's your name? Why am I here? What do you
Yeah.
what do you want to tell me? And it was like, you're almost ready was all I got, and not a name. But I wasn't given a name yet. But it was down this long flight of stairs.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then yeah. Then the bing bing. I came back. After that flight of stairs.
Right. Well,
I looked at you, and you were like,
I had opened my eyes briefly
Yeah.
before, and I was kind of watching to see, because usually you make some sort of stretch or something when
Yeah, I
it's
was
obvious
just
that
like-
you're done, and you moved, and
yeah,
figured, well, she's done.
yeah.
But I had just finished a little previously to that, so cool.
Yeah, it's once again a feeling like something sort of on the verge of channeling something.
Right.
So, I don't know. Okay,
Okay.
that's me. That's me.
For me, well, I had a little different middle pillar. I'm remembering near the like it was the energy flow was strong, but it wasn't. I don't know. It was somehow bigger. It was around like similar. What you're saying, I didn't get that quite that sort of visual, but I did get this idea of it encompassing the whole room, and not just in my body, but in and around the body. I got. It was like this. It was full of light, but it was like hazy. It was foggy. It was sort of smoky or something. And I got this. I thought, sometimes if I'm having, if I'm not really getting visuals in my meditation, and I kind of feel I want to, not that it's always necessary, but what I do is I imagine seeing my feet walking on a path or whatever. But this time I saw my feet, shoed feet, walking on up stairs, stone stairs. And there wasn't a railing, it was just stone stairs. And it just seemed like I looked up, and it was through the haze, you could see and these stone stairs just kind of going upwards towards this brightness. It was just kind of hazy, like they were just suspended in space. But I'm going up these stairs. And so I kind of visualized myself going up the stone stairs, and it kind of helped the whole, and then I was able to kind of look up, and I'm still doing this. It eventually opened up. It seemed like I was going beyond the atmosphere to a point, because I think the way we see the sun in our blue sky on a sunny day, and but what we're looking at is the sun reacting to the atmosphere, is making it blue. And we know from kind of these shots from space or kind of air travel that you get up to the high rarefied levels in the atmosphere, and you can kind of see there's the sun, but the sun is in sort of twilight or a darkness when you start to get into the upper atmosphere. And so I got to this, that was just at one point. So I got to go backtrack a little bit. So it seemed as though it leveled out that there was this kind of court or platform or kind of stone courtyard or something. But it seemed to those two that you could get off and we go to this courtyard, but there were still stairs going who knows where.
You were on the
to
path.
the sun or something.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond. But so I got off there, and there was this harlequin, like kind of harlequin with like kind of two dangles and like feminine form in this tight like black and white bodysuit, kind of harlequin, modern looking harlequin,
mm-hmm.
from like, I don't know, Art Deco harlequin.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just something she said which I really want to kind of remember. Something about the scales are my eyes, my sword is my words, and I have a feather, but it is my quill. So the harlequin was sort of saying that she's like justice or Mahat or justice.
Mm-hmm.
But that somehow the sword of is she's perceiving somehow sees truth.
Mm-hmm.
And tongue, sword, pen is mightier than the sword, kind of. Words is the sword. And she was kind of dancing and kind of communicating somehow that that as she has an association with the fool, that this is somehow that she has the trickster quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this trickster and sort of trickster quality that we associate with the fools sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
And I went. There was some more there, but I'm not sure what it was really about. But I think it was somehow about, you know, it's not. It was about the justice as being like we were, as the reading was trying to kind of convey, that it's like the law of karma is not so much about what we think of as morality. It's about it's a natural process of what we have, that the world mirrors us, our consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That's the karma is kind of that idea of what we put out is what we get back.
Right.
It's more a mechanical, natural process. It's not. That's this idea of a moral judgment,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that more the Egyptian idea of light-hearted is kind of more what it's about. And you know, if everything's heavy in your life, then you're gonna get heavy shit. You know,
mm-hmm.
if you can keep light about it, then it'll be light.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was this another part. It seemed to me I was in this temple, kind of maybe the same area, but then there were like pillars, and there was pedestal and stuff. But, I had some things, interaction going on with this kind of guide guy I got from that's at my cabin, and about this being that's associated with the Diamond Light stuff. And he was there, or I was him, or I'm not really sure. I had a little bit of difficulty with my allergies, just kind of breathing and maintaining focus a little bit.
Mm.
But I think that was the kind of part I really wanted to remember here. And oh yeah, I also got this idea because I have this personal kind of connection with Athena, and I got this idea that Mahat and Athena are kind of very, not necessarily the same being, but very tight, very kind of similar, or kind of the same kind of idea. Whereas in the Egyptian, I'm just relearning today that Maat is also the Egyptian word for measurements and rulers, and kind of basically being kind of the precision required to like build these pyramids and stuff. Obviously, everything was perfect, you know, and so Ma'at is this whole quality of making it perfect. And that Athena has a similar kind of quality in that she's born out of the mind of Jupiter. Like, she's not like a lot of the other gods and goddesses are born because of so and so, this goddess and this god begatting them, and or these other kind of myths about the creation. But unlike all, she's like a virgin birth out of his thought, out of his head. So it has that whole kind of connotation of, Athena has this connotation of kind of almost of rationality, of being sensible, or about a wisdom kind of connotation. And I got this idea that they're kind of tied together as well, Mahat and Athena. But yeah, I guess that's I'm going to go with that.
I'm going to go with that. Okay. All right.
And we're going to thank everybody for checking it out and participating, and we'll put this out there now.
Yep. And as well. Don't forget to add your comments.
Feel free to comment or message us or ask questions, or just even, it is in a private group, so if you want to create discussion in the comments, that's fine. We will respond.
Thank you.
Thank you.